I'm with Kenny Boyle, Commercial and Marketing Services Director for Visit Britain. Kenny, we're here at the Tom Nutley leaving party. You know him very well or a little bit?
I know him pretty well. Tom has been leading the Reed team that over many years, since 1996 I think, has been running British Travel Trade Fair for us. So yeah, during that time we've had a few happy times, few less happy times. We've also, of course, been very close to Reed running World Travel Market, which obviously, as the National Tourist Board, we're very keen to support to the absolute utmost. So our paths cross more than once a month, I would say, and it's always a pleasure to see him.
Excellent. Talking of British Travel Trade Fair, big changes in that front for Visit Britain. Perhaps you can explain a little bit about what you're going to be doing.
Yeah, for sure. Well, after, oh goodness me, I can't add up the number of years, but since 1992 we've been in the NEC in Birmingham with BTTF. We're moving to a new show, Best of Britain, next year at XL in Docklands. BTTF will continue under the guise of the British Travel Trade Forum, which will be a day and a half during the course of what is otherwise a 4-day show, a hybrid between trade marketing and consumer, and we're extremely excited about the prospects for the new show.
And at the same time of the year?
Same time of the year next year, it'll be the 26th to 29th of March, so make a date in your diary, Graham, I'm sure you will. And the first day and a half will be the travel trade and exclusive press activities. Thereafter, we then open it up to the consumers, broadly on a par, I guess, for existing BTTF exhibitors with what they've experienced thus far in Birmingham, because 75% of the traffic to the show comes on that first day. And we've done considerable research over the past few years, which demonstrates that actually there was a groundswell of thought that said that BTTF should just be one day, perhaps. So I think we've got the balance about right, and we're very excited about welcoming about 25,000 ABC One consumers to XL in March.
Excellent. And I noticed in the press, on Travel Mole indeed, that made a big push into sustainability and responsibility in tourism recently from a Visit Britain aspect. What was the purpose behind that?
Well, I guess the principal driver was that 61% of accommodation businesses in the UK, according to our research, feel that they need more assistance with sustainability and sustainability matters. So we've developed a 3-stage scheme. The first stage is to make sure that our current accreditation schemes are harmonised with best practice and sustainability. The second was to introduce, if you like, an entry-level scheme called the Green Start Scheme, which is a 2-year programme by which businesses can start gearing up towards full green sustainability status. And the third was to look to point towards a certification process for existing schemes such as the Green Tourism Business Scheme or the David Bellamy Conservation Scheme.
Excellent. And obviously we've got 2012 looming on the horizon, and that's obviously a huge benefit, or hopefully will be a huge benefit for British tourism. Running Best of Britain at XL presumably gives you an opportunity to showcase some of the facilities in East London to any overseas visitors. Will Best of Britain be trying to attract an overseas clientele?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there'll be. It is primarily a domestic show, as BTTF was, but nevertheless, an important facet of that is bringing in the international trade. We think that not only will the new show be well served by the number of domestic consumers who are around the catchment of XL. It's about 12.4 million versus the NEC's 5.4, which obviously writes its own story in terms of putting together a show with a consumer element. But very importantly, the international travel links into London, the prestige of the capital city, and the lure of actually seeing what is, in effect, after all a games venue. XL is a games venue in action. I think will only add to the appeal to international buyers, and we'll be working very hard to put together a hosted buyers program which builds on the many years' experiences we have of doing that at BTTF.